Hey everybody, doing a quick audit for Pest Protection Plus. Um, let's let's go through it. So I'll reload the page like we just came to the site. So far, looks okay. There's a lot of moving elements which could affect page speed, but I'm not seeing any red flags right off the bat. I do see two different numbers here. I know this one says commercial services, but over to the side we see this other number, which I assume is just your regular services. This might create some confusion with users. There's, if there's a catch-all number, maybe best practices would show like a catch-all number that would then ask, do you want commercial services or residential services? Press 1 or 2. That could really help with confusion. I don't know if there's a lot of users that are coming to this site and calling the wrong number. It would be interesting information to have. The one thing that I wanted to see here is if there's any pop-ups. Okay, so there is a pop-up that comes down that blocks the entire top of the page. So you might miss out on, you're basically blocking the user from hitting this book a call or book an appointment button. So this does kind of do the same thing, but it is a potential blocker. Now let's go into kind of the web vitals from Google here. We're seeing the performance is at a 32, which is below average. I think a lot of that has to do with some of the image sizing, the pop-up here, everything like that, kind of shifting elements on that end. When I'm looking at all of this quickly, we're seeing a lot of unused code, or some of the code sizing on the website could probably be condensed a little bit, which would help with loading efficiency and everything like that. Accessibility, there are a few accessibility errors which should be addressed. Accessibility is not just something that deals with user experience in SEO, but it is under the Americans with Disabilities Act. This is something that is it's a legal matter that needs to be addressed on the website. The federal government isn't going to come after you, but there are people who go around who set up lawsuits, civil lawsuits against websites for this. So just to protect yourself, but it does have an SEO impact as well, which makes it kind of a no-brainer for someone to address on a website. All right, let's see here. There are a few. Oh, that is another thing. There are a few console errors, things like that. That should be addressed. This is going to help with Google crawling the site. If we go to just kind of look at some other vitals here. So the authority score is a 12. This number is out of 100. The authority score is basically how much Google trusts you. Looks like the website has been around for a few years now. Really started picking up. I don't know if it kind of changed, had different marketing team or changed ownership, something like that. But there was a decent pickup over the last couple years here. But as we're seeing 2024 into 2025, we are seeing a dip in traffic and a dip in overall keywords. So something that we just want to make sure that is being addressed before it goes down too much more. If we look at just some of the other vitals on the website, there is a lot of 404 errors. So it looks like there's 116 of these errors. And this is basically people are clicking on certain links or trying to go to the site a certain way, and they are getting basically a blank page that says this page doesn't exist. So that's definitely something that probably highest priority to be addressed. Certain pages are being directed as not wanting Google to index them. don't know a lot of the context behind that. It looks like it's a lot of blog type stuff, category stuff. The blog is good. It's always good to have a blog, so I wanted to make sure that we call that out. That is best practices to have a blog. No follow, which is basically another kind of not great practice with certain links and everything like that. Privacy policy, terms of service, these things look like they're being blocked by the robots.txt file. These are things Google needs to see, your terms of service and privacy policy. If they can't see it, then it doesn't trust you. So making sure that Google can crawl these is always great. Some server errors, images that are, we already kind of talked about the images that are over 100 kilobytes. Basically, that's just all it's going to do is slow down your site. And there's a decent amount of technical things that can be optimized and addressed on the website. But overall, like I said, I definitely wanted to call out. It looked like we had a blog here, which is great. Blog is awesome. They're a little short, if anything. I would definitely try to expand on these. But it does, there is definitely, using best practices about location specific blogs, the way people are searching. I think that's all great, but I just think expanding on these blogs a little bit and trying to, to help Google rank these pages a little bit more. But overall, that's what I'm seeing on this site now. If you have any questions, please reach out.